9 podcasts.
You with your
I'm the
child,
neighbour.
your
Yeah, good
newborn
call.
is a neighbour, and just hearing bing, 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 bing.
But so why are you allowed to play tennis? Because it's okay. I get it.
Try. Try before you die.
Things are a little bit tense in here, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, because it's like okay for you to have your opinion about something, and then as soon as I say something in a similar vein, you're like, no, not talking about it. Shush.
Okay, well, we'll just sort of simmer down because it's a positive, fun episode. But isn't it funny?
Positive and fun when you want it to be, isn't it?
Isn't it funny how siblings squalor like nobody else? Because imagine if we spoke to our friends like this. It was so inappropriate, isn't it? But we could literally just speak to each other like we want each other to absolutely die in a ditch.
That's the way that you speak to me.
But isn't that just, you just can't transfer that to friends or colleagues
Maybe
or
you should-
bosses?
Maybe you should pretend I'm your friend for a change, so you don't speak to me like that.
That's far too foreign. Far too foreign.
Because as we say, if we weren't sisters, we wouldn't be friends because we're certainly not friends.
So welcome to the first Thursday back. And I promise you that we're refreshed and we're up and about. But you just caught us in a rather tense moment. Poor Rich, he's like, I don't know where to look.
He
I don't know
was
what
just
to
like,
say.
We were like in this squabble and he's like, okay, so should we get rolling?
Should we get going? And he has sons who just punch each other, whereas daughters throw rhetoric.
I think punching would be like
Easier.
better and easier.
Well, you say
than-
that because you're stronger and you would win
exactly.
a physical fight.
Exactly.
Hey guys, if you have any tried ears, you came up with that. I'll give you credit for that. Tried ear.
Thank you. Oh my.
Yes.
It's a bloody miracle.
I think I came up with Try Day Friday though. You know how we do? Did you? Okay, calm down.
Oh,
I wasn't
wow.
quite
I was
sure.
about
Your
to
face.
actually lose my
Okay.
shit.
No,
I will
let's
even
not-
go back over my messages because you were like, great idea. Friday was my
I
idea.
will have you do that actually.
Oh.
I will have you do that because I'm still not quite sure. Rich is like, please make this stop. And he's going, thank God I have sons. So anyway, if you have tried ears or what you'd like us to try, please let us know. Maybe it's a trial separation is what's next.
Oh my God, it would be a thrill. We don't
It
often
would
say
be
that
a-
about things we try, but it would truly
Yeah.
be a thrill.
How would we cope with each other? Maybe that's not a bad idea, Liv.
Without each other, you
Without
said.
each other, because we know how we cope with each other.
Oh
and
my
it
God,
ain't well.
very easily, because can I tell you,
Yeah.
I'm in the office 3 days a week, so you get time away from me at home.
Yeah.
I literally never get time at home by myself because you're never out doing something.
No, because I work
when
from home. No,
I'm at
sometimes I
home.
have my talking engagements away from
Yeah,
the
but
home,
more
but
often
you're
than not,
always
I'm
at work. Yeah.
So I always get home and Eliza's always there, and you might be out for like an hour appointment, but so I do not get any space to myself. So I could quite happily live on my own,
Okay.
in my own
that
company.
can be arranged.
Oh, please. Are you going to pay
Please.
for it? The rent for my own house?
No, I'm fine living together. You're the one that's got the issue, so you can front up with the money. Okay, let's be simmer down.
Yeah, maybe you should simmer down. I'm really calm.
Pickleball. I first heard about
That's what we
pickleball-
did for our try this week, by the way.
Sorry, context is always good. I'm normally good at that. You're the bad context person. So that's what we tried this week. I first heard about pickleball on Vanderpump Rules.
Oh.
You don't
Which is
watch,
a reality TV show.
you don't watch Vanderpump Rules,
Oh, I've
do
watched
you?
a bit here and there with you.
Scandal.
Yeah.
If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. So Lala's scummy ex, Randall, he loved pickleball and got everyone involved in it. And they did competitions. And I was like, what's this gear about? They try everything in America. That's where it started, I believe.
So to give a bit of context, pickleball is a paddle sport. So you use a paddle as sort of like a racket.
Not dissimilar to a
Table
ping-
tennis.
ping ting ting pong pong ball ping pong
Yep.
table tennis racket.
Anyway, moving on. And it's got aspects that resemble a bit of tennis, a bit of badminton, a bit of table tennis, but it's played on a smaller court. So there's actually 4 pickleball courts can fit on 1 tennis court. Is what
Really?
I read.
What a
Yes.
great fact.
And it's also got a lower net. So
Okay.
there you go.
Squash also I'll throw in there as a sport that it's also
Well,
similar
no,
to.
in all of my research, it did not say it was similar to
I know, but
squash.
I
'Cause
would-
squash is against a wall and doesn't have a net.
Squash? Are you joking? Oh no, what's the one I'm thinking of with the like this? Oh, is it badminton?
which is what I just
Oh, sorry.
said.
I thought squash was badminton.
This is where you just don't listen.
No.
I talk and
I
you don't
thought
listen.
badminton was squash. Sorry, it's not squash. I remove that.
No
I
way.
withdraw that. Badminton.
And as I said before, it uses a paddle, but also what's called a plastic wiffle ball. So it's like a plastic ball which has holes in it. So it's really light. And it's played on a hard surface, either indoors or outdoors. The thing I love about this is it's suitable to all skill levels, age groups, fitness levels, gender, ability, etc. It was invented in 1965 in Washington, USA as a children's backyard game. Now, this guy, Joel Pritchard, who was actually a congressman, came home one day to find his family sitting around with nothing to do. So the house they were in had an old badminton court, which, can I just say, don't you reckon badminton sounds like it should have a G in it? It actually doesn't. It's badminton.
Badminton, it sounds like. Yeah.
Minton.
Yeah.
Anyway, but he couldn't find any equipment for the badminton, so he improvised and started playing with ping pong paddles and a perforated plastic ball.
What date did you say this was?
1965.
Oh, it is a while ago, because I'm thinking, why isn't anyone else coming up with
Yeah.
this gear sooner?
But then it just eventuated from there, and he came up with different rules and courts, etc. So then it was first played in Australia in 2010 in Queensland, but it wasn't until 2015 that it gained more traction.
10 years ago.
I know, isn't that? It's
I
pretty
thought it was only a few years ago.
But it started to really become quite big in 2020, where the Pickleball Australia Association was formed as
and
a
I
governing
tell you
body.
what, I reckon we met someone from that association when we played. There was
He was
there's some great
Very
stories.
passionate.
There's some great stories coming up. Can I give you a headline? What I found, Lib, it's a bit cult-like.
Oh, I disagree.
Good cult, but they're very passionate about it, aren't they?
Oh, I disagree with that statement. That is such a load of shit.
Well-
You're talking about the cult type gear that when we did LARPing and stuff like that. It ain't nothing
it's
like
similar
that.
to that. I found. Well, you guys can be the judge.
Give me
Continue.
strength. So in general, the growing popularity of the sport can be attributed to its short learning curve, appeal to virtually all ages, the low startup costs, and just the ease and fitness, just the ease of it.
What are you laughing
I
at?
don't know, because I just didn't know what else to say.
Okay, you petered out a bit
but
there.
Its growth also accelerated during COVID-19 when people were trying to find different activities to do outdoors.
Why was it called COVID-19? What's the 19 about? Does
I don't know,
anyone
that's just
recall?
what it was called.
Weird scenario. Was it because it came about in 2019? Or was it a strange?
No, because it wasn't 2019,
tangent.
was it?
That
Wasn't
is
it
a real
2020?
tangent. But Lib, you focus on the screen that Rich is Googling just in case it comes up. What does it say? I'm blind.
Oh, it was 2019.
Oh, there you go.
I thought that was a really dumb comment, to be honest.
No, smart.
You're not alone.
Oh, Rich thought it was dumb. Did you
Yeah.
think it was dumb? Wow, shame on you.
I thought
all.
it was like the variant, like there was like
a
fucking
strain,
something,
the
whatever.
19th
Yeah.
strain.
Now,
Yes, but can I also say, and I'm not giving something away here, it's very overwhelming at first, but I feel like you can pick it up.
yes, well, we're going to get to that.
I
just
know,
have
but I
some
just
more-
want people to have faith going
I
into
have some
this
more
that you
facts.
can be dumb and uncoordinated.
So 155,000 Australians are playing pickleball casually across the nation. Now,
How many was that? Sorry, I tuned out.
155,000.
Oh,
This is compared to 19.8 million who played in the US
wow.
in 2024. There's over 500 venues in Australia compared to 16,000 in the US. And there's 98 tournaments currently happening in Australia for pickleball, which is pretty
Surely
amazing.
people are now putting in pickleball
Well, yes, they
courts
are.
rather than tennis courts because tennis courts require so much room.
Yeah. So this is why it's great for houses. But in the US, they've had to implement a curfew.
Yes.
So you can't play pickleball past 8 p.m. because of the sound of the plastic ball. Like it's...
Yeah, it's annoying. So our new friend Anthony, who a character you'll hear a lot more about today, the cult leader, he
God.
told us about, he really loved chatting about chin wagging about the old pickle. And he was letting us know that, yes, overseas, the sound is so disruptive in America of people in their backyards hitting these balls that now there's laws
Yeah.
that you have to stop at a certain time, which is dumb because I feel like after work you want to have a bit of din-dins and then have a hit of the old
Okay,
pickle.
it's all right for you until you with your
I'm the
child,
neighbour.
your
Yeah, good
newborn
call.
is a neighbour and just hearing bing, 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 bing.
But so why are you allowed to play tennis? Because it's okay. I get it. So why are you allowed to play tennis? Because it's not as aggressively sounding. Is it more
because the
soothing?
plastic is like such a horrific sound, and I guess I don't know. Tennis has been around for a million years.
It didn't annoy me that much. The sound, can I say?
Yeah, that's because we were there
Playing
for
it
that,
and having fun.
playing
Yeah,
it.
okay,
Ugh.
okay. And there was background noise. I'll take that.
Just a couple more facts before we
Okay,
get
I'm
into
ready
our
to
experience.
wrap up the facts.
So it's the fastest growing sport in the USA, with ages 25 to 34 the most popular, which I find quite surprising. Professional pickleball made its first appearance at the Australian Open this year in January with a $100,000 prize money.
Do you not recall that we were asked to partake in an
were
exhibition
too.
pickleball
We were
game?
I forgot.
We weren't available, but I would happily do it now. I understand how it works.
So would I. Let's
put our
let's
hand
hope
up.
we get invited back again.
Yeah, okay. Great.
Now, I don't know whether you want to hear this fun fact or whether you want me to bypass it. Do you want to know the top 10 countries that play pickleball?
Can I guess?
Oh, I thought we were going to
So,
be here forever. Oh, wait.
Number one.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Top 10 countries that play pickleball. Go.
Number one, America.
Yes.
Number two, is it something like China because they love ping pong and
Well,
table
China's
tennis?
in the top 10, yes.
I don't care anymore. I'm done.
Okay. Canada, Australia, United Kingdom, Malaysia, Puerto Rico, Vietnam, Philippines, Mexico, and China.
Did we just list every country in existence?
Yeah, there's only 10 countries in the world.
How
Yep.
many countries are
Yeah.
there in the
How
world?
many countries are there in the world, Rich?
Oh my God, he knew that. Rich knew
No
that.
way.
280 or something he said off the top of his head. He could be completely wrong, but here we go.
195.
195.
So we've
280,
listed
that was quite a
10.
way off.
We've listed 10 out of
We've listed
195.
10 out of 195.
Now, both of us played tennis growing up, didn't
Yes.
we? And we were both like quite good at it.
You were better?
Was I? Do you reckon?
Are
was
you
I?
joking? Yes.
So lovely of you to say.
Tennis-
I was quite aggressive, though.
Oh God! Oh my God! Sorry. Again, we don't want to fire this up, but as you would all know, I call Lib the Nick Kyrgios, and I am the latent cure. I never gave in. Lib, if she was down a
I'd
game,
spit the
it was
dummy.
over. She would spit the dummy. She would throw her racket.
I would smash my racket
And
on
it
the
was
ground.
actually really embarrassing for our family
Yeah.
because you weren't sure when she was going to erupt.
Which
It was
is
bad sportsmanship,
Which is
I must
sort
say.
of weirdly unlike me because I'm actually not that competitive when it comes to like I went bowling the other day with my work friends and I was like I couldn't give a shit how I go. Like if I
Yeah.
came last by a country mile, I couldn't have cared less.
I don't know. I think you've had therapy since then or something, and it's sort of like,
Maybe. I haven't had therapy about that though. Maybe that's something I need to add to my list.
well,
Make me less Nick Kyrgios-esque when I play tennis.
it wasn't pretty. It was like it brought shame on our family.
We did
but-
both play competitively though.
Yes, I think I was still playing club tennis through
Yeah.
university.
Oh really? No.
Yeah,
that is
Kingswood.
not true.
Kingswood with Caroline. Are you joking? Are you
joking?
joking?
Oh wow! I've never
Okay.
heard such.
I was
bullshit in my
okay.
life.
I just wasn't. I didn't have enough power. I wasn't fit enough. But tennis was the only sport that I voluntarily did.
Yeah, we enjoyed it.
Actually, Minky. Remember Minky, which was like a basic bitch hockey?
Oh my
I did
God,
Minky and then I did tennis. But everything else scared the bejesus out of me.
We have not played tennis for years and years and years though. But I feel like we've got quite well, I'll speak for myself. I have quite good hand-eye coordination in general.
I can't throw balls.
Okay. What can you do with balls?
I can eat meatballs. Oh, sorry. I don't know where that was going for a second. But yeah, I'm not athletic or coordinated or agile. You know, our dad did, 2-hour, 48-minute marathons.
Oh my God, cycled. He was cycling and running up until a few years ago until his bunions got so bad that
Yeah.
it prohibited him from doing any form
That
of
were
exercise.
the bunions were catching in the spokes.
Yeah.
But I don't understand. Maybe Mum's not athletic. I don't know why I'm so not athletic. Oh yeah, no, she's not athletic.
wouldn't
It's not
say
her
she's
top
athletic.
strength. But yeah, I just get scared. I'm scared. I'm fearful of everything. I like to protect my face, the money maker. Don't hurt me. I don't like falling over. I don't like being puffed. I don't like being sweaty.
Throw anything athletic at me.
Yeah.
I froth it. I want the challenge. I thrive on it. I get motivated by it. It gives me
Wow.
such
Nick
a
Kyrgios
thrill.
is coming out, guys.
But
But
I'm
I
very
like
passionate.
the idea of sort of ping pong table tennis, little sort
fun.
of little baby ball
Yeah.
sports, you know.
I was actually quite excited to do this. I wasn't excited by the sort of format of it, knowing that we
No.
would have to sort of
Socialise.
speak to people.
Yeah.
I feel like I would have maybe felt better if we were going with friends or something like that.
This was a two-pronged try because we were trying to be social and trying pickleball.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was actually quite interested to try this because I've heard a lot about it and I'd never actually played it myself. And I wasn't overwhelmed like I am a lot of tries,
Yeah.
you know, stand-up comedy, speed dating.
Yeah.
I didn't have fear. Like I didn't feel like I was going to vomit.
Well, particularly because it said it was social. So I was like,
Yes.
oh, great. Well, it's not going to be
Too serious.
Yeah, too serious or competitive or anything like that. But it turns out we were quite wrong.
Well, it gives a gal like me who can't do much hope.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't put too much pressure on you,
Yeah.
I feel. So I was glad that the pressure was taken off by, okay, you're not going to get there and people are going to want to smash your face off. You just go on there for a cup of tea and a little pong.
A cup of
a little pickle.
I'm not sure about a cup of tea. But what my fear was you had read out to me something from the website that was like, oh, you swap around, like you go as a
Yeah.
pair, but then you swap around partners. And I was like, that's the shit I just hate. I feel like we did that stuff in high school, you know, where they're like, get to know the
Oh, I
other
hate get to
person.
know
I
yous.
just hate that gear.
Oh,
I'm 36 years old.
icebreakers.
I've
Oh.
got my group of friends.
Yeah.
I'm happy to make friends if it's in a, you know, organic environment. But for me, it's as well in the athletic field. When I've done like a boxing class, I would never go unless I knew that I had a partner to go
Yeah.
with, because number one, my biggest fear is letting someone else down and not
Yes.
giving them a fair workout or experience. But then number two, me potentially not getting one, or, you know, I don't want to be humiliated and I don't want to let other people down.
We're lucky in that when we've acknowledged this before, in that we get to go to things together.
Oh my God.
Because when we go to things and there's a lot of people solo, and I just think to myself, my God, that is a lot. I remember we did that solo date by ourselves. That was so overwhelming when we
hell.
went to a pub and set ourselves up
It's also
individually.
really unhealthy.
How is it unhealthy?
No, you and I are unhealthy.
Oh,
the amount of
together.
time. Yeah.
we need to do more time
Yeah.
solo. I think we need to write that down, spend some solo time.
yeah.
So things that we would normally do together, we need to start trying by ourselves.
That's quite difficult when we have like a social media page that's Eliza and Liberty.
I know,
and-
but let's put that as a potential try coming up, okay?
Right.
So what I was most petrified about was actually, yes, the social element.
Same.
More rather, that's good English, rather than the actual pickleballing. Because I knew that I could sort of hold a racket and hit a ball back, basically. Now, let's talk about how this came about. So this actually was a suggestion put forward by our producer, Jen, who's not here today. So I asked her to submit some answers to some varying questions I had. So she found this specific club on Google because it's near her house and it was semi-near our house. Her tennis-loving friend was obsessed with pickleball and was talking it up, so she thought, I'm going to try it. She's been to a few Friday night sessions, which was different to us. We chose a Sunday morning session, and they're different demographics, I'll tell you what. So she said Friday night was a little bit of a punish because there's a million social things going on at the same time, because this is a tennis club. It was Clifton Hill Tennis Club, which I will name because it was very good and I would highly recommend it. And this is in Melbourne, obviously. But she said it was vibing. So there was a good vibe, but there was a lot happening. It was overwhelming, you know.
I'm so glad we didn't go on a Friday night. My God, I would have been very overwhelmed.
So she said that in that time slot there was about 30 people and that players were split up in their skill levels. But she said there were lots of young men that were crazy good. Can I just say something? This is going to be controversial and going to make me sound bad. When you think of a guy playing pickleball, does it sort of scream a little bit gooby to you?
Do you know what it screams? I picture Dodgeball, that movie Dodgeball,
yeah.
and their kit and having the, you know, headbands
Yes.
around their heads
Yeah.
and being real like agile and like stepping to one side, stepping to the other. Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know. That's what I picture.
But it was, I didn't like, when we got there, it didn't feel, I didn't have an overwhelming sense of goober. But you felt a bit of gooby?
tiny bit of gooby.
Okay. But isn't that a bit twisted that I don't think it's gooby? Like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, girls would do it. But, like, I think, oh, young guys doing it is gooby. That ain't right.
Well, no, but
It's a bit
also
sexist.
I feel like the whole gooby thing, I know a lot of people that are obsessed with pickleball and do it for work functions and all that.
Non-gooby people?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll tell you one person who has put a pickleball court in their house is Marty Fox, the judge off the block. And
You're
he
making
plays
that up.
all the time, and I've seen them post on their social media doing a corporate like work social thing
How good.
at pickleball courts, and it looked so fun. But they're also having a couple of drinks and
Yeah,
there's
great.
music and stuff. That would be a vibe.
Yes. I just think if you own it, it's attractive.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
like, I
totally.
love pickleball. Hot.
I have got one more fun fact.
Okay,
for
but
you.
I haven't finished Jen's review, but okay.
One more fun fact for you. And
Yes.
this is just
Fun fact.
and this is just showcasing the popularity of it. Paddy Mills, the basketballer,
Yeah.
Steve Smith, the cricketer,
Yeah.
and former Olympic volleyballer Nat Cook are franchise owners in the Major League Pickleball Australia.
I beg your pardon.
And Nick Kyrgios, Naomi Osaka, the tennis players, and Patrick Mahomes, who's the NFL player, have a stoke in the Miami Pickleball Club.
A
This is
stoke
how-
or a steak?
A steak. I even wrote steak. In the Miami Pickleball Club. So this is how much people are getting into this. Like,
It's
people
getting
are-
up and about. We need
Yeah.
to invest now.
Yeah.
We need to get in now. We
Yeah.
always get in too late. So Jen, our producer, has now been multiple times. And what she loves about it, she says, is how easy it is to get good at the game, which is what I agree with. Because as I said, touched on earlier when you shut me down, it's very overwhelming at first. And I thought to myself, oh my God, this is going to be a disaster. I feel very thick. Like, you know, during school when I would do maths, I would just get so frustrated because I couldn't understand it. And that's how I initially felt when we started.
Yeah.
But then it
Something
just becomes
clicks.
second nature and
Yeah.
it just clicks. Anyway, she loves how accessible it is. You don't need to be super fit to play or have much experience to slot in and pick it up. She loved the social aspect of the league, that you can have chats with everyone and really enjoy the competition
Oh, that is the opposite.
and
to how
exercise.
we are.
She has a boyfriend, so she's covered for picking up. And she's yet to spot an eligible bachelor in the sessions that she's done for us. But she's on the lookout and she remains hopeful.
I'm sure that's her top priority when she goes to play pickleball is where on her mind.
Well,
for
I've
picking
told
up
her.
husbands.
I've planted the seed. So as I aforementioned, Clifton Hill Tennis Club, established in 1929, is where we went. They offer social pickleball sessions for players of all ages and every skill level, and games are played in doubles. And after each match, players switch courts or partners. Now, we didn't exactly do that.
Well, we made sure we
We
did
made
not do
sure we
that.
did not do that because we were just so fearful of bringing everyone down, because unfortunately what happened was that we were sort of the only beginners.
So I literally pictured walking in and everyone just being like, we're all beginners.
Yes.
Like, this is just a bit of fun. Everyone's here for a bit of fun, a little, a little hit. Everyone would just cock it up the whole time, have a laugh, not
Yeah.
take it too seriously.
It was not like
when
that.
we walked in,
Yeah.
well, first of all, we walked up to this gate and there was this code thing on the gate and it said, put in your code to be let in. And I was like, oh, God. And you checked your email.
So
you didn't
Liv's
have a
like, get the
code.
code. And I'm getting up my emails and I'm like, there's no code, brother. And because Liv opens doors and presses lift buttons for us. So I just stood back while she went to open the door. And I didn't test anything or do anything. She's like, get the code, get the code. I'm like, there's no code. So then I get on the phone to Anthony, the wonderful cult leader, and he's not answering. Anyway, Liv just pulls the door and it's never was locked. And so we've been standing there for so long. It was that embarrassing. So that we were off to a terrible start.
And then we walk in and everyone had their equipment set up. Everyone
Yeah.
had their own paddles.
Everyone was already going.
Everyone
Now-
was playing.
Now, what we realised when we got there was that I think everyone had been there for the morning session. So our session was still morning. It was like 10:30 a.m. But I think they're all that passionate that they
Yes.
get there at the crack o'
Yes.
dawno.
Yep.
And they just stay the whole day. So when you're booking, you can choose sort of like Friday night, Saturday morning, Sunday morning. There's midweek stuff. There's cardio drills. There's skills sessions. There's senior sessions. They're very passionate there at this Clifton Hill Club. Ours was a per head casual fee, $15, which I think is very reasonable.
Yeah. And it was a 90-minute session.
90-minute sessions, but you can buy quite affordable club memberships, and we got a really good rundown from the cult leader Anthony.
Yes,
on
I think it was
all the options.
$175 for a year, if I recall correctly.
So you can, really have access all year round for $175 or just
limitado.
Yeah. So look, it really felt like open slather, fun for everyone.
Fun for everyone, but it was quite intimidating at first because, as Eliza said, we walked in and everyone was playing. So we didn't even know where to get a paddle from. We went into the club rooms and it looked like it was, in fact, being knocked down or something because there was just like nothing really in there. We didn't know how it worked. We didn't know how to play. There were people literally wearing knee pads, gloves,
sweatbands,
fully getting into it. People grunting, people
Yes.
running rampant on the court.
Now, I reckon the issue was that we were the only new people and everyone had been there from the morning, and so they just continued on.
Yep.
So we just had to sort of find our feet a little bit ourselves, and we walked up to a group of people and I said, "Excuse me, what in God's name do we do here? Who do we speak to?" And this lovely man, Al,
he was lovely.
said, "My daughter will help you."
Yeah.
So
he palmed us off
to his daughter Lucy. Oh, God love her, the
God
poor
love
doll.
her.
She then was stuck with us for the next 90
whole
minutes.
day.
But the only reason that it was okay was because Lucy had brought her beginner friend. So
Yes.
this was the only other beginner, Talia. So it was Eliza, Liberty and Talia, and poor Lucy was stuck with the three of us for the whole 90 minutes,
But also-
training us, teaching us, guiding us.
Thank God Lucy had already done the morning session as well. So
Yes.
she's like, when we all were apologising for the 300th time because we'd done a shit shot and she wasn't getting one single rally,
No.
she said, "Don't worry, I've already played 5 games with the professionals, so I'm here to just give you girls a go."
Now, but can I say she was glancing over at the advanced people,
Oh, yes, and a couple of
dreaming
times-
to be there.
A couple of times she did make her way over there,
Yes.
pretending to get a drink of water,
Yes.
just to get a little hit of the professionals.
And at one point I heard her say, "Dad," Al, the guy who we first met, and she said, "Dad, when are you leaving? Like, am I going to get to have another game with
Yeah.
you?" She was so, bless her, she was so kind to us, but I could tell she was like, "Kill me, I'm not making any progress here, and this is very frusto magusto."
So we play doubles with them the whole entire time. So to give a bit of background, Lucy had been playing for 6 months. And
I thought she was
plays-
going to say 6 years.
I know.
She was that good.
She was very good. And she plays twice a week and plays every single weekend with her dad, who is very good.
Yes.
Now, she explained all the rules to us and continued to do this throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
She scored throughout the whole game.
Yeah.
She was updating us on and reminding us of rules for the whole game. This poor girl was so incredibly patient with us. We literally could not have asked for a more patient
And
person.
even worse was that when we arrived, because it took us about half an hour to get in the gate that was unlocked, she'd already explained every
Oh, to
single
her
rule in full detail to her friend
Yes.
Talia. And then she had to do it again to us.
Oh my God. Now, I'll tell you what, there are so many lines on this court.
So many lines.
Because you've got the little pickleball court, which is then within a tennis court, which is then within a netball court, which is then within some other bloody
basketball
thing.
court.
I don't know. But so you do not know where the bloody lines are, and they're all different colours.
Yes.
It is that confusing.
It would, if you were an epileptic, you would be having a fit.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, I felt like it was strobing.
Yeah.
Now, can I also add that Anthony, the cult leader,
Mm.
he said at one point, so he was dying to come and have a chat with us because I think he was trying to sell us a membership. God
Yeah.
love him. He said, "Do you know what we did for a long time?" So he got this
hell.
this all up and running. So he was very passionate. He spotted. Where did he say he spotted pickleball? Somewhere. Anyway, he became enamored with pickleball at some point. He used to play tennis. I think as he aged, he decided I can't quite do the extremity of tennis anymore. So I'll dabble in pickleball. And he got up this pickleball little niche in this tennis club, and they started out. Every time they wanted to play on these courts, they would put out
my God, tape.
to create the lines. And then eventually he got council approval. But can you imagine, he said by the end of it, we had tape sticking to all
Stuck to our
orifices.
shoes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they would do this every time, and they'd play twice or 3 times a week. Oh,
Can you imagine spending that time laying out all the tape?
oh my God.
Oh, kill me. I'd rather not play.
So now Lucy taught us some new pickleball terminology, which we tried to use throughout our playing time of 90 minutes. Now, the first one that we learnt was kitchen.
In the kitchen.
So you know how in tennis you've got your two closest to the net, you've got the two squares which you hit your serve into. So
Yeah.
that's called the kitchen in pickleball. It's the non-volley zone. So you have to let it bounce in the kitchen.
The kitchen was my downfall because you and I would
Yes.
run up and try and smash the balls, but you
Yes.
have to let it bounce.
Yes.
So the kitchen is dangerous.
Now there is a baseline as per tennis. There's a sideline as per tennis. There's server 1 and server 2 on each team. Now, one we didn't quite have on our radar was side out. So that's when a team loses its serve and the other team takes possession. We didn't learn that.
That all sounds boring to me.
0-0-2. So this is the starting format for each team in doubles.
The scoring was too confusing.
So confusing.
And you can't get a point unless you're serving and all this weird gear. That wasn't for me, and it takes a while to get a hang of.
Because there's you know how in tennis it's just like 40 love, 40-15.
Yeah.
There's two scores, one for one end, one for the other. There's three. So you say the first number is for the serving team, the second number is for the receiving team, and the third number is the number of the person that's serving. Oh, good God.
Yeah, because like if you lose, the second person on the same team serves or whatever, and so you need to keep track of that. It's so very, 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 very confusing, and you only play one set. Look, it was overwhelming, but I want to give people hope because once you've got it, you've got it. It's like riding a bike.
Although I feel like if we went back again, it would still take us a little while.
Nah,
to
I
get
feel good
into
about it. I feel good. It's in
okay.
my brain. It's burnt. I'm ready to go.
It's
I'm
not
ready
really
to go
something-
again.
Okay, righto. We did wander around a little bit, sort of like awkwardly and
Aimlessly.
aimlessly. Didn't really know what we were doing, but yeah, thank God we had these two girls because we would have ended up like in some sort of Woodies match against the Woodies because
like
that's
Woodruff and Woodbridge or whatever.
Woodbridge and Woodford.
Woodford and Woodbridge.
Because that's a calibre of what I'm talking about with the people there, the professionals.
Bar Lucy and Talia, we were the youngest by about 50 odd years.
Yeah.
There was a lady there
Oh my God.
who she stood side of court at one point and she said, "When am I having a game?
Yeah.
Who's playing me next?"
She
and
was
I was
100
like,
years old, I
you,
swear.
you look like you're about to pass away. Do you know who she looked like? She looked like Grandma, is it Yetta?
Yeah, from
Of
the Golden
nanny.
Girls.
No, well, the nanny.
Oh,
The nanny, Fran Fine's grandma Yetta, or yes, the Golden Girls, Sophia.
Yes.
I was like, you can't possibly.
Play
Sure, how
this.
did the nurse? This is awful, but like, how did the nursing home or the hospital let you out?
But doesn't that just go to show that it is for all ages? Because she
Yeah.
was fully, and she was kitted up. She had her hat on. She had her little skirt. She had her white top.
Little
She looked
skirt.
like she was going to
And
Wimbledon.
I'm telling you right now, she would have whooped our asses.
Oh,
Her agility
absolutely,
and
no doubt.
potentially fitness would have been better than ours.
No doubt. But so she was like, yeah, can we have a game? And we were like,
Lib,
no,
no.
it's such a shame we have to go.
No, Lib was like, nah, gotta go. I was like, I'm so sorry, Grandma Yetta. We must make our way out. But next week.
Well, I haven't renewed my first aid CPR certificate, so I didn't want to be doing any of that.
My God, we're the
here.
ones that would have needed bloody CPR.
Yeah, that's actually
So,
very true.
yeah, Anthony was wonderful, the cult leader. He came, spoke to us, tried to sell us a membership. But good on him. He is growing the pickleball movement. Power to him.
Yeah.
And can I say, Barbara's sort of awkward situation of arrival and sort of figuring out what to do. They've got a great situation up and running there.
And I reckon in your 90 minutes, I reckon we played 4 games.
Yes.
And Lucy was like, come on, time to swap. Oh, my God. So
We swapped
We-
partners with each other. Like, so I
I
played
didn't
with
wanna do that.
Lucy, you played with Lucy. And but the common denominator, Lucy won every game.
Lucy won every game, but I felt bad for her because
Yeah.
I felt bad for her when I was on her team because I'm letting her
Yes.
down. I felt bad for
Yes.
her when I was opposite her
Yes.
because I was letting her down because she didn't get a rally.
And then the game was just a game of sorries.
It
It was just like, sorry.
sorry.
And then F words. And then like Grandma Yetta was often looking over when she heard the C word or the F word or whatever coming from our mouths.
I was like, my God, this is going to be a great workout. I'm going to get my steps up. Oh, we barely took a step
Yeah.
because we just could not get a rally off the ground.
Can I tell you what really throws you? The bouncing of the ball. Because it's got holes in it. It doesn't bounce and it doesn't hit like you think it is.
Yeah.
So you really have to become acclimatized to the lacklusterness of the ball.
And to be honest, I felt like our previous tennis skills were both a help and a hindrance.
Yes.
In terms of hand-eye coordination and being able to hit a ball, it helped. But then the hindrance was you would hit the ball like you would a tennis ball, which was a little bit lighter or whatever, but you had to hit it real hard and get
Yes.
really underneath it for it to be
Yeah.
able to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And there were all these other things that you couldn't do. Like you can't hit it on the full in certain places, which you can do in tennis.
You can't serve
You can't-
over
Yep.
overhead or whatever it's called.
If you're on the serving team, so if you're not the server but you're on the serving team, you have to stand behind the. There was so many.
My
walls.
favourite moments was when we would celebrate a point and then Lucy would go, "Oh no, I'm so sorry, that was actually out.
Yeah.
You just can't tell because there's so many
Or
lines."
you actually only get a point when you're the serving team.
Yes.
So even if you win a point, if you're receiving,
Yes.
you don't win that
We
point.
celebrated a lot of non-point points.
Yeah.
So I was very good at the start, I found. And I became quite cocky. And I thought, oh my God, I've got something over Lib here.
Yeah.
And I thought maybe I have a gift, like I have an art gift, etc. But then, no, you slowly picked up the pace and became very good and took over.
I overtook you. And I actually then was pleasantly surprised and I welcomed being on Lucy's team because I actually felt like I was then giving her a bit of what she needed.
What, because you
Which was
improved?
being good at pickleball.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, I mean, do you feel like it lived up to the hype?
Do you know what? I kind of do. It was
Same.
really, really fun.
Same.
Now, look, at one point, the lovely cult leader,
Yeah,
as
Anthony.
you call him, Anthony, came over and said, definitely have a go against the other guys. Come on, girls,
Yeah,
time
no.
to have a go against the other girl. And I said, I can't
It was too
possibly
embarrassing.
do that, Anthony. And he said, oh, John over there who had his, sweatband and his knee guards and all that. He's like,
Yeah,
he'd be
the knee
more
guards.
than happy to take you for a game. And I said, maybe some other time. But I was quite happy to have a 20-minute chat to Anthony because it meant less pickleball.
So
playing.
what I will say is we got both elements, right?
Yeah.
So we got the pickleball with Lucy and Talia,
Yeah.
and we didn't feel overwhelmed or, out of our – we felt out of our
Depth.
comfort zone but not too far
Yeah.
out of our depth. And then we got the social element because we chatted to Grandma Yetta, to
Yeah.
Anthony, to Al, and, a few other people. So I think it did its job.
I definitely think it did. However, when Anthony was trying to convince us to purchase a membership that you could come back and play unlimited and then do drills on a Friday night.
Yeah,
so
the
you
drills
come
aren't for me.
practice and then come for a bit more of the social competition. That's where I drew a line.
I reckon you remain on the casual $15
Yep.
90-minute amount when you're available.
Yep.
Or look, I don't know. Maybe you're buying the full membership if you're living nearby and you want something to do and want a new sport and want to meet new people. Would you ever go by yourself?
God, no.
Even having met those people there now?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay. I'd be open to that.
You would not.
No, I would.
I've never heard such garbage coming
I
out
will
of your
say
mouth.
I'd stick with the social rather than the competitive. I'm not about to dabble
yeah.
into the competitive aspect of
Can
it.
I also just flag one interesting thing that we've missed?
What?
You know when at the end of a game of tennis you go, good match, and you shake hands? In pickleball, you turn your racket over, you get your handles and you do like a handle bump.
And then
And you
said-
say, pickleball!
No, you made up that you say
No,
pickleball.
I think she made that up. She goes,
I reckon the whole thing
Lucy
was made
like,
up.
let's just say pickleball.
I think the whole thing was made up
Do you
because she
reckon?
just
Was she
wanted
just
us to look like
indulging
idiots. We
us?
would have eaten anything that she had to say.
True. That's very true.
Now, we did film a lot. We took a lot of pictures and stuff. So head to the socials because, it's a good time. Lib, do you think it's a good date idea?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, sweating on a date is not for me. Doing a walk of the tan during COVID
That's
is
the
the
extent
only.
of-
Yeah, that is the first and last time I'll ever do an active
Even
exercise
me,
date.
as someone who likes athletic gear and, does a lot, I wouldn't even enjoy that. I don't want to sweat. I don't want to be shit at something and potentially humiliate myself. But once again, if they're really good, I then don't want to let them down.
And also, I ain't explaining the rules because I barely understand them myself.
And also, it's the small talk for me that I just can't get around. I can't get around small talk. I'm just not interested.
What do you mean on a
Like,
date?
But even with the girls there, I loved them
that's
and they were so lovely.
bizarre.
No, it's all me. It's
Yeah.
completely me. They were lovely. I just can't be bothered with
That's
small talk.
something seriously wrong with
I
that. You've
know.
shut yourself off from humanity.
I know.
You need to work on that. That is top of the psychologist list because that's actually
I
not
know.
good, Lib.
I know.
That you can't socialise and you're that
I
uncomfortable.
can
with
socialise. I just don't
socialising.
like it. I do it, but I just don't. Like
Oh, see, I thought it was a great time all round. I liked the socialising, but I'm just better with people than you. I can just talk an ear off a donkey. Is that the saying?
No, but you say that. I can talk an ear off a donkey. You're just over the top and you can't let something, you can't just have a silence. You can't let silence just be.
Unlike pottery, there was nothing sexual about pickleball.
No.
You'd happily do it with your dad or your grandma or your grandma or anything like
we should
that.
take our dad when we're back in Adelaide.
His feet won't allow it, I don't
you're
reckon.
right.
He can't do anything
You're
that,
absolutely
that,
right.
that
He'll
where you
fall
pick up
over
a
his
pace.
feet.
Yeah, he'll topple over. He's now at the point where he topples over his own feet. So would you try again or would you rather die?
Like I said, I didn't sort of love the social element.
That's cooked. There's something not quite right about
It was
you.
a little too serious for me. I think it would be unbelievable for a workplace social gathering or with your friends with a few drinks and some music, etc. So I'd definitely go again, but probably in a slightly different format.
I'd go again happily. It's up there in terms of hot mat Pilates. It's up there with maybe the most appealing sort of activity for me to want to do
But
again.
so would you voluntarily be like, if we've got nothing on a Sunday, you'd be like, do you want to go again?
Oh, look, I'd obviously rather sit on my fat
Anus,
anus
yeah.
and watch Netflix.
Yeah.
But if you were looking for something to do and you had a group of friends and they were interested in trying pickleball, I'd happily go again.
Well, interestingly, the day after we went, I went to work and I said to my boss, we have to do pickleball
Yeah.
as a work get together. And he was like, wonderful.
I'd love to see some pickleball courts in hotels and apartment
That would be
buildings. I would be
fun.
right there.
I reckon that's a thing because can I tell you,
Yeah.
there is potential when I was doing some research on this, there is potential Olympic recognition that may be on the cards for pickleball
Sorry,
in the
if
future.
we can have breakdancing in the Olympics, we need to have pickleball.
Pickleball is here to stay, I'm telling you.
Just in summary, it's like ping pong, it's like tennis, it's like not squash, badminton
Yep.
with no G, and it's just a wonderful,
wonderful.
medium.
It's fun.
My
So
friend,
fun.
my friend Michelle, I let her know that I'd done pickleball, and she said, "Let's have a game together." I don't play
Aw.
sport, but I enjoy pickleball. Have only played twice, but I think that's all you need to play.
I'm telling you, everyone would love it. I can't see in what world you wouldn't
No.
quite enjoy it unless you're against really serious people. If you're just going for fun
Yes.
and for a social occasion, then I can't see a world in which you wouldn't like it.
And if you live in Melbourne, I haven't done much research, but Clifton Hill Tennis Club,
Yes.
highly recommend for different skill levels
Yeah.
and different session times.
Well, and as I said, I think there's like 500 venues or something that actually do have pickleball courts around Australia. So there's going to be ones
there you
where
bloody
live.
go.
There you
well,
go.
Another fairly
Yay,
successful
yay,
one.
yay,
I think the
yay.
hype is worth it. I do think the
So
hype
do I.
is worth it, and I think we need to see it build bigger
Same.
in Australia.
And I think anytime you have an athletic try that Eliza likes, that is a huge
win.
roaring
Very
success.
rare. All right, so try hard Hall of Fame time. Now, because we have been a little bit out of the gutter today, it's time to jump in the gutter. Because what is an episode of Try Before You Die without a bit of gutter gear? I won't name names. Got a fart story, girls. Went to a reformer Pilates class for the first time ever. Got through the class fine until the leg circles. This is where you put your feet through the handle things, lie on your back and circle both legs above you. First circle in, I let rip the hugest fart that literally sounded like it tore my leggings apart. The room at this point was completely silent. I was so embarrassed. I felt like I had to acknowledge that it was
Yes,
me.
good on you.
So I shrieked, that was me, to which I got zero response.
Oh, that's mean.
I will never, ever go near a reformer bench again, ever. But, okay, would you do that? Would you acknowledge it?
I feel like if you're doing a fart that is that loud that everyone knows it's you anyway, I feel like you would have to acknowledge it. I feel
I'd
like that's,
die!
but I think that's awful that no one, because if someone was in a class and said that next to me or whatever, I'd be like, oh, don't worry, we've all been there, or something to make you feel more
Yes, that's
comfortable.
what I would say something like, good one, or
Yeah.
something to make them feel better.
Oh, I feel like that the fact that no one acknowledged it is mean, and now she feels like she can never go back, which I absolutely would. I would never step foot back in that space if I'd done a
So
big fart.
something-
If I did that in my workplace office, I would not go. I would resign.
Yeah, same.
If I did that in this podcast studio, I'd be
yeah.
not a host anymore.
Yeah. So it's like what I used to do if I felt, I hate embarrassment. That was part of my social anxiety growing up. That if I was in a club or a pub or something and I fell over, I would have to leave. I could
Really?
not
Falling
deal.
over?
Nah, I could not deal with the embarrassment of everyone looking at me. I would be mortified.
Yeah, in your binge drinking days, you probably did fall over quite significantly a few times.
So if I farted, I would absolutely die in a ditch.
I don't even think that there's anything apart from shitting your pants. I don't know
Or
that
vomiting.
there's anything worse than even vomiting is a bit
More socially
I
acceptable
just feel like
'cause-
there's something about farting that's just so taboo.
Embarrassing. Could you just picture a body of air leaving the sphincter, don't you?
I just want to
And the
say
smell.
to whoever sent that in, you can come to my hot mat Pilates class,
Yeah.
go next to me, and if you fart, I will make sure that I comfort you and say something that makes you feel better so that you won't feel
What
so
if it's
alone.
stanky? What if it's
What can you
stanky?
just deal?
No, but Liv,
you just cover your nose and breathe it in through your mouth.
do you know what I actually think I would have done in that scenario?
What's worse, do you reckon, though, if you're farting, is it worse to smell it or like suck it in through your mouth? Taste it?
it? Do you reckon?
But you don't
Because-
taste it because
no,
your nose is
No,
blocked.
but you know that I made that you're eating it, as
Yeah,
we've said,
eating fart
because
particles.
I made the mistake. I can't watch documentaries about germs on things in hotel rooms because ignorance is
Oh,
bliss.
yeah.
If I know that stuff, I will go everywhere with a bag of wipes and I will become an absolute head case. So whenever I see a story on the news come on like that, I have to switch it off for my own benefit. But they say I made the mistake once of learning the fact on something that
The
when
poo
you flush the
particles.
toilet, which I think we've mentioned before on here, the poo particles get on
Come
your
up.
toothbrush. So I think it's better to smell it and it go through your nose than eat it.
And we don't have the luxury of having a separate toilet as well.
Yeah.
Everything is within
Yeah.
literally 30 centimetres of each other. My
Yeah.
hairbrush, my toothbrush, my face washer that I take my
Toothpicks,
makeup off
like-
with, toothpicks, my retainers. Oh, they
You're
sit
eating
above
a
the
tray
toilet.
of poo. Yeah, but do you know what I actually would have done in that reformer situation? I would have because whenever I've not done it often, but in school, if you accidentally ripped out one, I would pretend to scrape
Yeah,
my
but-
chair along the ground
When your legs are up
and
in
pretend it was the
handles
chair.
and there ain't nothing
Yeah,
that
when
you
you're
can
giving
slide
birth,
up against.
when you're giving birth to a fart, there's nothing against. It's horrific, but I'll tell you, those assholes in your class, someone's got to laugh.
They're
or be
assholes.
like, they're
Sorry.
assholes.
That
That's
says
them.
more about them
Them
than
than
you.
you,
You
yeah.
go get them, doll. You fart in your reformer class.
Okay. So that's it, my friends. Eliza and Liberty is our game.
our
Eliza
game?
and Liberty is our name. Trying is our game.
Oh my god.
I
That was a big
Apple,
flop.
I Apple, blah blah. I Spotify, yada yada.
Try before you die, wherever you get your pottos.
See you, bye.
Bye.
Try before you die.